Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to your online class. And in previous class, we have already discussed the autotrophic mode of nutrition, and there we have discussed what is photosynthesis and how this occurs with so many steps, and what are the different raw materials which are required, and what is the main product of photosynthesis. Okay, and what is the ultimate source of the energy. Okay, and we have also learned some new term like chloroplast. Okay, chlorophyll containing cell. Now today I am going to discuss the topic that is in your book, page number 5 and 6. Okay, and in previous class we have discussed one thing, that synthesis of plants food other than carbohydrate. Other than carbohydrate, there are some other components of food. They are also been made by plants. What are those? Those are proteins, okay, and also vitamins. Okay, so how they actually made such other components of food? As I have told you that carbohydrate, this contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and these all components makes carbohydrate, and these all components of carbohydrate, they help in synthesizing the other components of food, including vitamins, proteins. Okay, excuse me. So we have learned, but proteins are actually nitrogenous compound, I have told you. Now nitrogenous compound, I have told you, these are nitrogenous substance or nitrogenous compound which contain nitrogen, and in atmosphere you have idea that there is 78% of nitrogen that is found in gaseous form. But the gaseous form of nitrogen, that cannot be directly used by the plants. So how the plants utilize nitrogen? As you know, nitrogen is very essential for plants growth. Now, so gaseous form is used by plants. What do you think? Please write in your chat box that gaseous form is used by them. No, gaseous form is not used by them. Everyone please mute their microphone. So that gaseous form of nitrogen, that is transferred to usable form or soluble form of nitrogen by nitrogen fixing bacteria, by some nitrogen fixing bacteria. Now where these nitrogen fixing bacteria are present? Now I am writing one thing, that is gaseous form of nitrogen, gaseous form of nitrogen, or you can say nitrogen gas, that cannot be utilized by the plants directly, as you know. So this is converted into usable form or soluble form, you can say, or soluble form of nitrogen. So how this gaseous form of nitrogen is transferred to usable form of nitrogen? This is converted by a bacteria. There are some bacteria, nitrogen fixing bacteria. So this is mainly done by nitrogen fixing bacteria. Okay, now where this bacteria can be found? This bacteria, as you know, they are microorganisms, they are single celled, they can be found in some leguminous plant root nodules. Have you ever heard about leguminous plants? What are those leguminous plants? Leguminous plants means those plants like pulses, pea, you have heard, no? These are called leguminous plant. Okay, so I am drawing a picture of a leguminous plant. These are root portion, okay, and there okay, and there are some tendrils over there. You must have seen in case of pea plant. Okay. Now, in such leguminous plant, in their root nodules are these portion from where these root nodules contain such nitrogen fixing bacteria. Okay. So these root nodules contains nitrogen fixing bacteria. There are so many nitrogen fixing bacteria just like rhizobium, Heterotroph. Okay. Yes, you can write this in your copy. Okay, that will be profitable for all of you. Okay, you can't see the lower part. Okay, let me adjust. Now you can see, students. Now you can able to see. Okay. Please note down this. Note down first. So I have told you that such nitrogen is used by them in its usable form, and I have told you, you must have seen that you must have heard also that farmers, they utilize some fertilizer that is rich in nitrogen to the soil in the way plant fulfill their requirement of nitrogen along with the other constituents. Okay, and plants can then synthesize proteins and vitamins afterwards. So we have seen that how do plants generate proteins and fats. So again I am telling, okay, I am giving side. Now please write. So along with carbohydrate, plants can also produce proteins and fats which are formed with the help of nitrogen. And nitrogen is present in the large amount in the air, but plants cannot consume the nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. So the soil often contains some bacteria and that are capable of converting those nitrogen into nitrates, that is their usable form, nitrates, so which can be used by the plants. And also the fertilizer used by farmers and gardeners contains a high amount of nitrogen which mixes into the soil and is used by the plants. Got this point, everyone? So what is the usable form of nitrogen? That is called nitrate. Nitrate is the usable form of nitrogen. Note it, everyone. I hope you understood. Understood? Now I can rub this. Okay, I am rubbing the full portion. Yes, you will get all the previous class video in our YouTube channel very soon. Okay. These chapters first 3 parts video you will get from our YouTube channel within this week. Yes, so we have get. Now what about the other modes of nutrition in plants? Okay, and there we have seen other modes of nutrition in plants means where there is lack of chlorophyll or where there is no chlorophyll at all. At that time, how plants make their food or how plants take their food. Okay, so there are other modes of nutrition just like they are called heterotrophic mode of nutrition. And why such plants are called heterotrophic modes of nutrition? Just like because they depends on other plants for their nutrition and their survival. Okay, there are some plants you must have seen in the road. Okay, these are actually look like yellow wiry branch structure. They are twining around the stem and branches of a tree, and these plants are called as cascata, or in common name this is known as amarbil. Okay, and it takes ready-made food from the plants on which it is climbing, and the plant on which it climbs, it is called host, and since it deprives its valuable nutrition from the host, so they are called parasite. So here you can see the cuscuta is a type of parasite, and the tree on which it deprives nutrition or where it climbs, this is called the host. Okay, now you have understood what is the difference between host and parasite. Okay, so those plants are known as heterotrophs. Such types of plants are called heterotrophs. Those cuscuta have no chlorophyll at all. Okay, no chlorophyll. So they are depends on the other plants for their food, and they deprives nutrition and valuable things from that host. Okay. Now, have you ever heard about plants that can eat animals? There are very few plants which can trap insect and digest them. You must have heard such plants like insectivorous plants. So many examples are there, just like Venus flytrap, then pitcher plant. No, you can see your book page number 5, figure 1.6. There you can see pitcher plant showing lead and pitcher. Okay, and there you can see the pitcher-like or jug-like structure is the modified part of the leaf, and the apex of the leaf forms a lid which can open and close the mouth of the pitcher. Okay, and inside the pitcher there are hairs which are directed downwards. Now, what are those functions? Let's see. When an insect lands in the pitcher, the lid closes and the trapped insect get entangled into the hair. Okay, and the lid closes and insect is trapped, and the insect is digested by the digestive juice secreted in the pitcher, and its nutrients are absorbed. So such types of plants are known as insectivorous plants. I hope you understood. Now you must have a question that they have chlorophyll? What do you think? Anyone having any idea about this? Insectivorous plants have chlorophyll or not? What do you think? Yes, they have chlorophyll. But why they feeds on such animals or insects? What is the main reason for that? Excuse me. The main reason actually where those insectivorous plants are grown, there the place is muddy place. Okay, and there they do not get the sufficient amount of nutrients and minerals from that muddy area. So they get the sufficient amount of nutrients and minerals from those insects. Okay, and they get the required amount of nutrients from the insects. So they trap insect and digest them. Okay, to fulfill their nutrient requirement. Got this point, everyone? Any problem up to this portion? No problem. Okay, so here up to this portion, that nutrition in plants that do not contain chlorophyll, that we have seen two types of plants, parasitic plants, and another is insectivorous plants. Now we will come to another types of organism that is saprotrophs. Okay, saprotrophs. What is this saprotrophs? You might have seen the packet of mushroom that is sold in the vegetable market, and from your book page number 1.7 page number 6, there you can see the picture 1.7. there you can see fluffy umbrella like patches growing in the moist soil or on rotting wood. during rainy season. Okay, and so these are called mushroom. They are actually categorized under fungi or fungus. So those organisms are called fungi, and they have different mode of nutrition. They absorb the nutrition from the dead and decaying matter. There is an experiment in your book. There you can see you have to take a piece of bread and you have to moisten it with water and leave it in the moist warm place for 2 to 3 days. Then you will able to see that there are some growing organism over that rotten bread. Okay. Now under microscope you will able to see those organisms only. In naked eyes you cannot see those. Okay, or you can see it by magnifying glasses also. So these fungi absorb the nutrition from the rotten bread. Actually those fungi, they have also digestive juice, and their digestive juice is mixed with the dead decaying matter, and through this way they absorb the nutrition from the dead decaying matter, and their mode of nutrition is known as saprotrophic mode of nutrition, and such organisms are known as saprotrophs. Everyone understood? Now fungi, they actually also grows on pickles, leather, or some other articles, and they need a favorable condition, that is hot and humid condition. That is most probably in rainy season. So their most favorable condition for their growth, that is the rainy season, when the weather is humid and hot. Humid means, you know, when the water vapor in the atmosphere is in more amount. No, when the water vapor is more. Understood up to this portion? No problem? Okay, and in this way the fungal spores are generally present in the air and when they land on the wet and warm things, they germinate and grow. So by this way they germinate. In the next class I will obviously discuss another types of association, that is called symbiotic association. I hope you understood up to this portion, and if you have any problem you can ask me now.